Hey, good evening. Let's talk in secret about Hanford waste, the Hanford nuclear waste site. This is older than anybody listening to the video. One of the things going on there is called glass vitrification. Somehow, this is being touted as some new revolutionary technology, when it's not. It is a new application of existing technology, but things get very blurred when that word vitrification is thrown into things. Vitrification can be as simple of a thing as mixing hazardous waste with concrete and letting it harden. That is a type of vitrification, where you mix hazardous waste with other materials that should theoretically contain the hazardous waste for very long periods of time. If you get into the physics of the definition of a very long period of time for vitrification, those numbers change, the rules change. Nature takes its courses on these things and does what it does. So we learn from these experiments, these tests, these trials. But vitrification is that simple. It's suspending hazardous materials so that we believe they won't leach, they won't escape, they won't contaminate the environment around them. That's what that big word vitrification means. Now, Hanford press and media is saying this is some type of groundbreaking solution. But it's not. Glass vitrification of nuclear waste was done at the Savannah River site. It's one of those projects. The name of it was DWPF, SRS DWPF. You can look it up in history. And what happened when the plant was near completion of being built, Congress officially defunded it. So the history, the efficacy, how well it worked, is lost in other stories of nuclear waste management. And it's hard to find. But the SRS DWPF project became skunk works for a little company called DuPont that happens to manage the East Coast nuclear facilities. While Congress officially defunded it, they continued funding for DuPont, or one of its engineering subsidiaries, to carry out that work, to continue on a multi-million-dollar, decadal design project to contain nuclear waste. Now, that was technically low-level nuclear waste, which will lead you into other learning about how waste is classified. And you can get lost in that rabbit hole because it is a life study. People have spent their careers learning and adding on to our knowledge about hazardous nuclear materials, which most all of them are. Why they feel the need to obscure the previous tests work done with glass vitrification is a sales pitch. Pure and simple. They're trying to sell people on this new whiz-bang thing. when what's really happening is large, global, multinational corporations are making money. It's what they do. The oversight, the generational planning. These materials sit and wait for millions and billions of years to attack you. They're that patient. The fact there has to be regulation, regulatory standards, science standards, engineering standards for how these things are done and applied, and financial standards for who the hell's getting rich off of all of this. I still call them constraints. It's things we put on things in order to constrain them from being more evil things. It's laws, it's rules, it's regulations. Yet here we are, in this age of hate everyone, not the same color as you, not the same religion as you, not the same ideology as you, just flat out hate them, call them enemies of the state. Some of us are anti-fascists to the bone for damn good reasons. Some of us are anti-pollution to the bone for damn good reasons. I can't say where you fall in this, but politics and big money is playing us for fools. But hey, let's go to Mars, right? Never mind why we can't, or shouldn't, or won't. And let's take away food stamps to pay for it. SNAP programs, childhood support programs, women's support programs. Republicans, remember that term, that name, that word, and try not to vote for it. Peace is out.